Hi! How are you doing? Today we're going to talk to you about how to deal with the stress of the quarantine and how to spread positivity to the most vulnerable communities. I have a very special guest with me today, and it's my sister. As you guys know from previous videos, she is a mental health care professional, and she will be answering a few questions for us. So a very common question that I get is if I have been feeling anxious or stressed during these quarantine times. I said that yes, I did, and then they asked me if it was normal to feel that way. So what can you tell us about that?
It is very normal to feel anxious, to feel stressed, to even feel a little depressed in these times. We have to take into consideration that we are reacting in a normal way to an abnormal situation. Changes in our daily routines is going to impact our moods. So don't worry if you're experiencing these feelings. It is normal, and you might not be alone in this. It's many of us going through the same roller coaster of emotions.
It makes me feel better, and I'm sure to many of you it makes you feel that it's not just you, but it's all of us. Another question that I get a lot is, as parents, we've been feeling a little bit more anxious and stressed than usual because we have the kids at home now. Schools are closed and the kids get to spend their days here, and it's not like you can go to the neighbors and hang out because you have to keep social distancing. So it's just constant being with them. My son is 2 and he has so much energy. So what can you advise us in order to feel a little bit less stressed about that?
Well, something that you can do at home that is under your control is that you can put as much structure as you can in your days. You can come up with a schedule. That way your kids know, and you also know, that you have certain designated times to do different tasks.
Okay.
That way everything is more organized. There's more predictability. The kids know what to do, what to expect at certain moments. In that schedule, I would also encourage you to put time for yourself to practice some self-care. We have talked about this before, so you can go into that video and watch what are some tips that you can practice for your own self-care.
Great. And I am sure that it's not just us parents that are stressed, but the kids too. I mean, it's a big change for them. I'm sure they miss getting up early, having breakfast, getting ready for school.
Yes, that is very respected, and the way they show to others the uneasiness they are feeling because of this change is by maybe reacting more or having more energy. We might interpret it as misbehaving, but that's the way they're reacting to a change in their daily routines. They are also feeling stressed, just in a different way as adults do.
Absolutely. I mean, that makes so much sense. Finally, what can we do to spread the positivity, especially to the most vulnerable community, the elder community, the young children, people that are especially having a little bit extra hard time with stress and anxiety?
My biggest suggestion would be to let them know that they are not alone. Let them know that you're with them, that even if you cannot be physically present and right next to them, that through a phone call, sending a picture, sending a video, anything that would just let them know that you're there, that you care for them. Share some kind words with them. And also start by you controlling and checking into your own anxiety and stress, because that's what others are going to sense from you. So think of every day as being one last day rather than one more day. And also think that this situation, it's something temporary. This is gonna pass. We're not gonna be in this forever. So that's gonna bring you a little bit more hope, and then you can use that hope that you have within yourself to spread it with others.
What do you think about all these information that we get daily from the social media? Information that, yes, it's important, but we just get it so often. What do you think about that?
It is very good to be informed, but if we don't use it in the proper way, it could also be a negative thing. So when it comes to information, we have to take into consideration 3 things. 1, the amount of information that we're getting, meaning it's good to be informed, but if you're constantly spending hours of your day watching the news on the TV, reading, then that becomes a little too much. And instead of being something good, it could be something negative, because it's going to bring you, of course, lots of stress. Number 2 is the quality of the information. not every source is reliable, so you have to make sure that you are listening to the proper sources of information, because you might be feeling stressed about things that might not even be real. And the third point to take into consideration is how you share this information with others. If you have kids at home, or if you are going to share some of this information with grandparents or elderly, make sure you are giving that information in an age-appropriate way. Meaning, don't say it just as you heard it, because you might interpret it in a different way, you might take it in a different way. So if you're talking about that to a kid or to an elderly, just make sure you do it in an age-appropriate way.
Thank you for coming, and thank you for giving us these insights to very important and trending questions. If you have any more questions, please feel free to reach us. I will be leaving my sister's Instagram account as well if you want to reach her directly. And we hope you have a really good day. Stay home and safe.